Hi all, welcome to this club clear out. This is something that I have been planning to sort out for a little while. All the special cards that are sitting in the club have now finally probably hit one of their peak points, and I've decided let's get them out of the club, get the coins in and be a bit more solid. So if you can smash the links, be awesome. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter at GSALegend. All the links are down below for both the channel and social media links as always. And this is definitely an exciting little time with so many special cards that we're offloading, and still this is only really our informs that we're getting rid of. Choupo-Moting we paid 15k for, selling him for like 19-20k, and this is going to be the theme of the day. Basically all these informs, they've all been bought for like minimum price, like 10.5, 10k, all depending on who we have fundamentally bought, because all of these are snipes. Now the reason why I'm offloading them now, yes, even like EPL informs for example, or any Legoon informs, the reason why I'm trying to offload them now is so that I've got at least a bit of coinage to work with, but also because other players will end up quite potentially doing the same thing, and there is a chance that some of these cards, like for example Gaston Ramirez, who's only got 4 in the market, these kind of cards might end up having a bit more on the market, and as a result coinage may be a bit affected. So I'm just trying to attack now when I'm seeing max profit. Now I'm fully aware and prepared that some of these cards might not sell in the first hour or first couple hours. I'm prepared for that. That's why I'm trying to adjust the prices just enough so that they should be selling in that first hour. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if by the time I get through this first 100 pile, like of just the informs, that we will have a healthy amount to work with. The reason why I want to get rid of the informs first is because the man of the match cards, the foot birthday cards, they haven't peaked up to the values quite yet. Like obviously Rafinha for example, as a man of the match card, he still obviously sits at minimum price for a man of the match card, but there's lots of profits to be had, guys. If you've got your informed in your club, that is what I would personally be getting rid of. I'd be offloading them. I have just, honestly, I've got so many that I'm going to be making 5, 8, 10k profits, some maybe even 12 to 15k. But I'm looking forward to this. I am genuinely intrigued to see what kind of coinage after all this. But as I said, I've still got all the man of the match cards, all my foot birthday cards. They're the only real special cards that I've got sitting in the club where I have coins sitting in. That's all we're going to have by the time we finish all of this. And so I'm fully aware and prepared of everything regarding my coinage. Like Okazaki, I cam at 10k. That was a snipe when he was outside his own team of the week. There's so many cards that I have in the club. A lot of them aren't, they're very few in the market. Like there's some that are only 2 or 3, there's some that might have like a dozen or so. But when you find like Castile now, I've kind of obviously I've held off maybe a little bit late on him, but obviously he has a setting in form. But at the end of the day, we've got a lot of cards just sitting in the club, and folk would say, oh, you've got millions, you've got I don't have like tens and tens of millions of coins sitting in the club, despite it being a lot of special cards. Yes, I've got say 1.5, 2 million tied down in informs, but I've then got all my other special cards, so I've maybe probably got 1 million sitting in that. So realistically, yes, I've maybe got about say 3 million coins, 2.5, 3 million coins sitting in special cards. But fundamentally, at the end of the day, in terms of what cards I have from like base cards, like I've got guys like Ederson, Morata, Gaetan, I'm trying to think of other upgrades and other transfers. Their cards are like 8, 10, 12, 15k. They're not in, they're cards that aren't even in the game anymore. Like their original cards, and like I'm just sitting on them, and I've got hundreds of them. So, well, maybe even more than hundreds, maybe even got 1,000 or so of them, and that's like another 1 million or so sitting doing nothing. And I'll have to maybe sit down and do those costs. Like guys like Mbolo for example, they're not going for as much as I thought they would. but I'm not caring regardless. That, like Kvazashvili, honestly, there's only 3 of them in the market, and he was team of the week just a few weeks ago. It's actually quite hilarious. But even just what I've been doing, just plugging away, just getting rid of all these cards. Someone might accidentally list for less than what I am, but honestly, just go through your club, your special cards. Yes, some people might say, oh, don't do it now, don't do it now. Like, I'm doing it now only because, yes, I've bought for minimum price, but I'm trying to sell on for what I've seen as like a peak point. I'm like, you don't say to yourself, oh, I'll go and sell too high, because you don't know when it might not come. Like, yes, like Awar, I've got both his informed, I've got the 81 and 77, both bought for minimum price. But despite that, but of course, depends what they do with like SBC requirements. That's where a lot of this stems from. But at the end of the day, I want to get these players out of the club, get the profits in while I can, because I like Ola Kamara. A lot of people invested in him all because of Ibrahimovic, not just because of the SBC one, but also his inform. But it's mental. Like, some of these cards have just rocketed up in value, and in my eyes, if there's good profit to be made, now is the time to make it. Like, for example, I partially slipped up when I bought the Inform Armero, for example, that you'll see in a minute. When I bought him, someone listed up about 5 pages, and I'm not joking, about 5 pages, and then another 5 pages. They must have had easily 200 or 300 Armeros, like Inform Armeros, and all they did was list them at 10.5, 10.5, 10.5, and then a couple popped up at like 10k. But it was just unbelievable that just how many people were listing this card up for so, like, just the amount of them. It was absolutely insane. Like, I'll take profits here and there of everything. Like, I'm man of the match cards, as I said, I'm sticking to keeping, but it's all the informs, because a lot of them, especially the older ones, there is very few in the club anymore, like on the market. Like, when you go and check them, like Majorski, Bobo, Berisha, all these guys, when you see multiple, like anyone that's got multiple informed, I'm a bit more wary of. Like Mawson, there's now more of him developed on the market, which is interesting, and I'm just going to keep my eyes peeled to him. And like Adino, for example, he has rocketed up in value, and I don't get the gist why. And Billy Keys, he's had his price range adjust, which is a bit annoying, but I just have to work around it. Daja Nini slipped up on not getting his second inform when I should have. Well, I did have the second inform, I got it cheap, but I sold it on because I was like, oh, I'll just, I think at the time when I bought it, it was like 10k profit on the initial first night. But even guys like Moors, I managed to get him only like last week for 10k, and I'm like, that was a good snipe. It's a lot of these cards, even still now, a lot of them are cards that have since been well out of packs for ages, and we've sniped them for like minimum price or near minimum, which takes about doing really. Palacios, he's went up decent, a few k as well. End of the day, it's just profit. That's the way I'm fundamentally looking at this. Like, at the moment I have like literally next to nothing for coins, but I know by the time I offload every single inform, gold and silver, and a lot, like club value was one thing I did work quite heavily on, and I was having a good bit of fun of that. But now, for me, I just want to have fun from now through team of the season and beyond, just bulking up this club with enough coins just to just work around with. For all I know, I might end up buying like a couple hundred more informs. I might end up buying like all the team of the seasons. I might do what I've done in previous years, just go and buy like all the team of the seasons, the ones that I don't pack. Like, I know I'm going to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of packs, but depending on what obviously informs, like Awar, there's now only 4 on his first inform. It's interesting how his first inform and second inform, there's not so many of them on the market, but like the first inform is slightly more expensive than the second. It's about 1,000 coins different. But when I look at what these cards have all slowly developed to in terms of price, because I've played a long game, it's paid out quite well. Like, when I look at it fundamentally, because I haven't played as many games, like I've relied on squad battles where I can, I've relied on my trading where I can every week, like when I've done flips for informs and man of the matches and whatever cards there is. But when we come down to it, and like Morioki, he doesn't obviously now play for Laszlo and Beveren, but he now plays at Anderlecht. Like this Torres, this guy, I should have sold him when I first got him. Once he was extinct and put to 50k, I should have sold him. That was 50k sitting, but I decided nope, we'll keep him, and obviously now he's like 15k. Walker's went up a little bit as well, but fundamentally all I'm going to keep between now and probably this I call it the Player of the Year, Team of the Season period, is I will just get rid of, I'll keep all the informs will go, but the man of the matches of like European, the normal man of the matches, the cost of only 2 in the market, that'll be interesting to see what he goes for. Like this Andy Cannon, I'll not sell him, but I'll at least check what his price is. Silver informs, they'll probably go for various amounts. Some might go for like 11, 12k and it'll only be maybe say 4 or 5k profit, but some of them might go for 15, 20, 25k. Like Granger for example, I'm hoping I can get 10, 15k profit out of him. Now I know looking at this, I'm going to hit a period shortly where I'll have to like come back later on once we get rid of that first initial wave of players. Now the gold informed, I thought I had a lot more, but it just shows I didn't have as many as I thought I did. But some of these players at the moment, we're not going to quite sell them. Like the Saudi dude, I ain't selling him, he's not to what we're hoping for. But Freitas, he's up a little bit as well, and there's only a couple. But a lot of these cards, like Moises Keane, he's rocketed up in value suddenly, which is quite interesting. But we pretty much have like every silver inform in the club. Like the only ones I don't have are the 2 from this Team of the Week, only because we've now obviously moved from the position of where we were buying everything, silver inform wise and even gold inform wise, to the position where we now want to just go and sell off everything, get the coins in and work from there. Granger, I'm hoping that's profit, I really hope it is, but time will tell. Fosu, another one that might be a bit of profit in us, he was a good deal at the time. Nagao, he's quite an old Team of the Week as well, I think he was quite early. But it's just mental for what I've paid for some of these players. Like O'Donovan, in the end I overpaid, but I'm hoping I can squeeze profit. Whiteman, I felt in the end I paid too much because I missed out on a few potential deals of them. But end of the day, I will just, if some of these cards I have to relist several times over, it doesn't bother me. If I can get rid of them, then I'm happy. Obviously I will show, I'm hoping I can show the deals that we've, like say the first wave of players, and then when it comes to say the second wave or even the third wave, depending on how this all plans out, to show you guys where we're at, and then obviously kind of just say, well, this is how many coins we're at, right, this is what we are now kind of going to do. Cause I would say this week I'm going to be awfully wary with like the inform, not the informs, the man of the matches, because we've still got a lot of coins tied down in them, and the hero cards. Like I'm going to see how the Player of the Year SBC plays out first, and then I am going to then just say, right, depending on what cards have moved in value, I will probably offload them. McConville, some of these cards have went up nicely, all because of the SBC. They have developed a use, which is quite handy. Yes, they're silver informed, but like Lloyd Kelly for example, if you'd bought like tons of him at 4.75k when he was hit, even 6k, 7k when he was at low points, then you're laughing. Try to make sure we get the it-in price right, because you don't want to have it, it doesn't work at 9,750, 10k or anything like that. But at the moment we're getting through players pretty nicely. Not too many left. Ward, who's part of Team of the Week 1 if I remember right, I'm sure it was Team of the Week 1, but he's not went up to like insane coinage, which is mental. Joe Carud, he might get good coinage for him, we'll see. I'll play that one out. Might have to be, some of them might not even be like put them up for an hour, it might have to be list them up for 12 hours and it might get them sold. But either way, as you can see, we have so many more coins in the club now. this is like our first wave of selling some major profits, and I'm hopeful, and I mean very hopeful, that we can kick on and then put what we're getting from here into the club and then just kick on. So this is our first wave of selling done, folks. I'll be back on later to get the final wave, hopefully, and any more, and I will take it from there. So I will catch you guys shortly for some more. So this is the last of our sales. We made a bit of a muck up in between. We accidentally cleared all the items that we had sold. So this is pretty much the last of our silver cards. We've got a spare man of the match Alexander Arnold. We got one for cheap and we sold our spare one on for a bit of profit. And then Raul we sold on for 23k, which is not bad. Guys like Hull and Granger were some good deals, to be honest, getting some good profit there. Whiteman as well. End of the day, we're looking pretty tasty, and honestly, I'm very happy with the amount of extra coins that are in the club. We're now sitting at just over 1.6 million. We would be over 1.7, but we've got all the man of the matches that we stocked up into the club and other cards that we kind of needed. So might not be as much at all, but as I said, I've got about 1 million coins sitting in the other special cards. So we can smash like, be awesome, sub to the channel for new, follow me on Twitter, choose a legend. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of all this, and I will catch you all later.